you lift that knee, aim to keep as tall and still as we can, as minimal lean to the side as possible. So a couple more. We're just going to extend the movement slightly. So now, as we lift, we're going to take that knee out, in and down. Aim to keep your hips still pointing forwards. So we're not rotating the body, we're tilting that knee out in the hip joint. A little bit of balance and mobility to start with. That's good. Good. One more each side. And bringing that back down. Take the weight onto one leg now. I just want you to gently sweep the other leg through. So not too fast. Doesn't need to come super high at the front. Not doing the can-can. We're not trying to do the splits or anything. So just aiming to keep standing as tall and still as we can. If you do find your balance going, just tap that foot down, reset, start again. Good, one more. And bring that down, changing legs, and just gently sweep through. As we go through the class, if there are any movements you do struggle with, just let me know. Can look at an alternative, I'll take a little breather. Go back to one we've already done that you feel more comfortable with. Always work within yourself at your own pace. That's it. One more. And bringing that back. So back over to the other leg. This time I want you to try and draw a circle around your standing leg with your big toe. That leg around. Again, aiming, keep standing as tall and still as we can. That's good. So these exercises aren't about the leg that's moving, it's about all those other muscles that are working to keep you standing up tall and straight and stopping you falling over. One more. And bring that down, swapping those legs to reset your balance, nice and tall. Take that gently around. Couple more. Bring that back in, well done. So bringing those feet back in now nicely under our hips, standing tall. We're going to take it into a little squat. So for a Pilates squat, we keep our knees forwards, tracking over our feet, bums sticking out behind. Just keeping that head and chest raised. Those knees tracking forwards. That head up, and keep the heels down on the ground. Getting the lower body nice and warmed up, working all those muscles below the waist. Keeping us nice and strong. That's it. Don't worry too much about where your arms are going. If they're following mine, coming up in front and back as you stand, that's fine. If you're doing the opposite or something else, don't worry about it. Do whatever feels right for you. That's good. One more. And bring that back up. So this time, I'm just going to modify that a little bit. I'm going to try and take it a little bit higher as well. If you do struggle with any of these, stick with what we've just done. You're going to take your hands up above your head. We're going to sweep it through. Stand tall. Bringing it up. So now if you feel comfortable as we go high, we're going to go up onto our toes. That's where we hear all those ankles and toes starting to crack. That's good. Really good. 2 more. Back down, well done. Okay, if you're not already stood towards the back end of your mat, just move back towards it, looking lengthways along that mat now. Now take your hands high. You're going to roll it down, so those hands dive, chin tuck, shoulders roll. We curl down towards those feet. Again, if you need to soften the knees as we come down, absolutely fine, we can take that down. Nice and easy. Bringing it up high. So come down. Roll it towards the feet. Unroll, stacking those vertebrae one at a time as you come back up. So we're curling that spine and unrolling it as you come back. Hopefully finding each time you go down towards that mat, it's a little bit easier, we can get a little bit lower. If you're getting down towards the shins, and we're now getting nearer the feet. Good, one more. This time we're going to stop at the bottom. So we're going to let it hang. Heavy hands, heavy head. Around your feet in a semicircle. Just gently around those feet. That's good. Just easing out that lower back. Good, one more. And then back in front, unroll as we come up. Let some of that blood get back down out your head into your body. This time we're going to go down and gently walk ourselves out forwards. If you need to drop to your knees to do this, that's fine. You can take that out, or you can go out into a straight position. So you've got that long straight plank, or you can work from those knees for a slightly lower option. We're just going to hold for a few seconds. 3, 2, 1, and then drop your knees down to the mat, sit back onto your heels. We're stretching out in that child's pose, so through the back and shoulders. That's it. Really reach forwards through those hands. Feel lovely ease out there. For 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good. We all warmed up, nice and ready to get going. Now we're going to start face down on your mat. So I want you to lay down with your legs extended and your arms up in that 90-degree position, elbow in line with the shoulder, forearms are going to be straight flat on the floor. For the first part of the movement, our forearms will stay on the ground, using the muscles along your spine. You're just going to raise your head and chest off the floor. So just a torso raise. Keep your arms in contact with the ground, but they're not doing the lifting. It's your back that does that lift. Gently up slowly back down. Should be taking at least 1 to 2 seconds to lift. Slight pause, slowly down. So it's not a huge movement. We want to concentrate and focus on that back. That's good, keep that going. Times. Gently up. Slowly back down. So we're going to do one more, then we're going to add an extension. So on your next one, when we hit that dead spot at the top, so we're going to lift. When you can't go any further, we're then going to extend our arms, have a nice stretch up, and control it all the way down. So we're lifting with the back. Extend the arms, control that down. That's good. Just keep that going. So lift, then extend. Really good. A few more times. So remember, it's our back that's doing most of the work. It's doing that lift. Last little extension with the arms. Control down with the spine. One more. And bring that back down. Well done. So we're going to stay down in that same position. But this time we're going to do an arm and leg lift. So from that laying position, we're going to raise one arm off the floor, keeping that forearm parallel to the ground. At the same time, opposite leg lifts long and straight. So one arm, opposite leg, gently back down, change inside. So again, a good second or two to do the lift, slight pause, slowly back down. So keeping the elbow locked at 90 degrees, elbow in line with the shoulder. So it's the muscles around the back of the shoulder that are doing that lift. It's that rotation and drawing in of the shoulder blade. And the leg lift originates in the lower back, goes through the glutes, into the hamstring. So slowly lift. Slight pause, slowly down. It's really good, keep that going. So keep that elbow at 90 degrees so the elbow stays in line with the shoulder all the way through. So we're not reaching forwards. Keep it at that 90 and just lift up so you feel it rotating around the back of the shoulder. That's good. Chest wants to stay level, so we're not twisting the torso. Bringing that elbow up and down. Really good. If you spend a lot of time at a desk or a laptop, you get those rounding shoulders. It's going to help draw those shoulders back. Good. Couple more to each side. Good. And then rest those down. Excellent, well done. Okay, so I want you to bring yourself up into a kneeling position. So we're going to go into what I call that kneeling box. So we have our hands under shoulders and knees are under your hips. Shoulders and hips are going to stay level, back nice and flat. Imagine you've got a tea tray resting on your spine. We don't want to tip those drinks off as we move. So from here, we're just going to go into our Superman or bird dog, whatever you want to call it. We're going to extend, bring that back in. So one arm, opposite leg, go nice and long. It's not about getting that back leg high, we want that level position, so nice and long and straight. That's good. When you extend, if it feels like your leg's level, it's probably a little bit high. If you think your leg might be pointing down, it'll probably be level. That's good. So again, it's a nice, smooth, steady movement. So we'll extend and in. Really focus on that technique. Picture that tray of drinks on your spine. Am I going to twist and drop those off? Or are hips and shoulders staying flat? That's good. One more on each side. We're just going to tweak that exercise a little bit. If you do find this progression difficult, stick with the basic one we've done. But this time, as we extend, we're then going to bring your elbow and knee together underneath. We extend and down. So we go long, together, long, and down. Other side. Together, take it out and down. That's good. So keep it nice and steady, focusing on that balance and posture all the time. Go long, in. That's good. So extend, slowly together underneath, extend long again, and then we come down. That's good. One more on each side. And then resting down. So we've got one more exercise in this position before we move over. So again, I want the same start position, but from here we're going to take one hand, come under, so we're going to thread the needle, shoulder goes down close to the mat, supporting elbow bends, and bring it up and down and change. So we're through the other side, rotate, looking up to the ceiling, and down. So through, rotate, and down. That's really good. Let's just keep that going for a couple more each side. Good. And bring that back down, well done. Okay, I want you to move over onto your side now. So I want you to lay out nice and long, legs extended, hand just underneath your head, other hand in front for balance if we need. So let's lay that out on the mat. nice and long. Those feet just off the floor if you're able. If you do need to rest them down, absolutely fine. And we're just going to start with a little simple side leg lift. And again, we don't need to be going super high. We're not trying to do the splits here. That's it. But keep it slow and controlled. Feeling that posture. Am I resting on the hip, or have I rolled back onto my bum, or have I fallen forwards? That's it. Good. Keeping that going. So just nice and steady there. That's good. 2 more. And then we're just going to roll it over onto the other side. So that's it. Take that down. Flip yourself over onto your other hip. And into that same exercise. So you raise that leg gently down. Just nice and steady. If we're able, keeping that bottom leg just off the floor. If you need to rest it down, perfectly fine. Work those muscles around the outside of our hip. Helps with our balance and mobility. Good. 1 more. Rest that back down. So still laying on your side, and now I want you to bend your knees up in front together and bring your arm out now at 90 degrees to your body. Place the other hand on top. So bending your knees up in front, arms are out at 90 degrees to your body. From here, I just want you to take your top hand. We're now going to open, take it over the top, eyes follow your hand, and then gently bring it back over and together. So we're going to open that door, with a nice rotation of the spine, bring it back together. So if you are really close to the person next to you, now you need to shuffle up. That's it. Gently bring it over. That's it, opening it up. Good, 1 more. And then roll it over, and we'll do exactly the same on the other side. We're just going to take that top arm, rotate that spine, open that chest out, release the shoulder. That's it, so taking that over the top. Good, and back down together. Just nice and steady. Good, 2 more. Gives us a lovely release of that spine. And bring that back in together. Okay, I want you to move over onto your backs now. So I want you to lay back with our knees bent, feet on the mat, and point your hands up to the ceiling. From here, we're just going to start by slowly extending one leg, and then back in. That heel skims the ground, so we're not lifting it high, it's just a fraction off the floor. So just that nice slow extension of one leg, back in. So now we're going to add in your arm, so your opposite arm drops behind your head, bring it up. So one leg extending forwards, one arm dropping back. So as we extend the leg, it stays close to the ground. The heel just skims the mat as it goes out forwards. So just that's it. We should always have one knee and one hand pointing to the ceiling. So we're not on a scissor movement, one at a time. That's good. One more each side. And then bring that in. So now I want you to pick your feet up off the floor. We're going to go up into what we call tabletop. So your shins are parallel to floor and ceiling. We've got a 90-degree bend at hip, 90-degree bend at your knee. So try not to bring your knees too close in or have them too far forwards. 90 degrees, hands up to the ceiling. And we're going to tap one toe down. So just pivoting at the hip, that foot taps, comes back up, then the other one. So that 90-degree bend stays locked in the knee, just tapping one foot down. And then add that same arm action in. So we have the opposite arm dropping back. So it's only one at a time. You should always have one hand pointing straight up to the ceiling. Good way to keep a check on it is look through your fingers to the ceiling. Remind you to keep that hand where it is. That's good. So one more on each leg. Then if we need a little stretch, we can bring those knees in, give those knees a little hug, just to release that lower back. Excellent. Okay, hands down onto your mat. We're going to keep those feet up in tabletop. So those shins parallel to the ceiling. Try and get the thighs vertical and those shins parallel. From here, we're just going to drop both knees down towards one side. Keep your shoulders flat on the mat and then bring them back up and over. As soon as you feel your opposite shoulder lift, that's when we come back up and over. So let's breathe in as those knees drop, breathe out as we lift back to center. Breathe in as we drop, breathe out as we come up. Good. Just keeping that going nice and steady. So gently over, bring them up, control down to the other side, back up. Excellent. So keeping that going, steady away. Just gently one side to the other. Good, one more each way. And then when you've done there, rest those feet down and slowly bring yourself up to a sitting position. So we're going to be sitting up with our knees bent, back nice and straight. And I want you to just bring those arms forwards out in front. As if you're holding a small ball or something between the hands. We're going to gently roll that back, so curve in the spine. Just take it back as far as you feel comfortable. Bring it back up to sitting tall. So you don't need to reach any further than that back being vertical. You just take that back. Bring that up, sit tall. Good. So keeping it nice and slow and controlled. So we don't need to go all the way to the mat, just as far as you feel comfortable going back. So the stronger you're feeling, the further back you may want to take that movement. Always aim to not go right to the mat. If you do that, you get a cheeky rest at the bottom, and we won't want that. That's it, taking that back. So we're just going to make a little tweak to this now. So as we go back, we're going to take one hand out wide. Look to that hand as we take it out. So back, one hand sweeps wide, brings it back in. So steady away, back up. Now so if you do struggle taking that weight out to the side, just stick with your roll back, just take it as far as you feel comfortable. Working at our own level. That's good. Just take that back and out. Gently back there. That's good. Good. So we've got one more to each side. Got a couple more exercises to take us through. So I want you to lay back onto your mat now, bending your knees up, feet nice and close into your bum, hands are down on the mat. We're going to take it up into a bridge. So we start by tilting that pelvis under, we peel the back off the mat, one vertebra at a time, push those hips up, squeeze of the bum at the top, and reverse, one vertebra at a time down. Let your pelvis rock back at the end. So tilt under, heel off the ground, push those hips up, and gently back down. So keep this nice and smooth and steady. That's it. Bringing that up. Good. So we don't want this too quick, and it's not just a straight lift, it's in that rolling movement. Bringing that up. Good. One more. So this one we're just going to pause at the top, going to hold for a couple of seconds, and slowly back down. So staying laying flat, I want to extend your legs nice and long and straight. Then put your hands behind your head, so stretched out behind. We're going to bring those hands over the top. When you see your hands, we lift our head. We tuck the chin. We're going to try and roll ourselves up towards our feet, reaching forwards and then slowly back. Lower that back and we go back over. Just bring that up. Tuck that chin. Reaching for our toes. So we'll do this one more time. We'll have a quick stretch out before we finish. So let's bring this up. We're going to reach for those toes. If we can grab our toes, let's get hold of them. If not, grab your ankles, your shins, wherever you can get to. So have a little reach forwards. And release. I want to bring your feet together, bring them in towards your body. Just let those knees drop out. And if you want to take that stretch a little further, you can use the elbows just on the inside of the knees to gently press down. Just take that stretch a fraction further. And then relax there. Legs just wherever's comfortable. Just put your hands together, open up those shoulder blades, let your head drop. Now we're going to take those hands up above your head, and then take it to one side. So gently feel that down your side. And over the other side. Bring that up, hands round and into the small of your back. Pressing that chest forwards and shoulder blades together. So having a nice little stretch. And gently release, come slowly up to your feet. Standing nice and tall, just want you to pick one foot up. And release that down, switch your legs. Down. Take our feet out a bit wide, about the width of your mat. Toes slightly out. You're going to take one hand up and over. And down. Let's take that over the other way. And bring that back down. We're just going to sweep that down low. Take it high one more time. It's going to take us up onto our toes as we reach for the sky. Up we go for 3, 2, 1, and relax that down. Well done, everybody. Thank you for coming along.